Chapter 1. New Streets. December 19th, 2017. I walked ahead of my friends in the modern art wing of the Art Institute. They didn't notice, and I wasn't thinking about the art. The solo click of my heels intrigued me, especially on this floor. This was our spot. A spot for us to be convinced we were intellectuals when we certainly were not. But I am without you everywhere, and always in pain anyway. He doesn't have to forgive you, I heard myself say to myself. He doesn't have to forgive you. I heard it again. I was like Dorothy gaining speed on the yellow brick road, realizing I was on a path to somewhere better. He doesn't have to forgive you. Steady pacing the floor lined with people's life's work, I may have looked interested, but I was deep in the waves of my own thoughts, smacking against me, nearly gulping up salt. He does not have to forgive me. A swift turn to my right and a flat figure, framed, made out of cardboard, has caught my eye. It called to me through all this noise of you and said, "Look here." Of course, it was a Picasso, and that's why Picasso is Picasso. I hope to remain in control, and this feeling stays at the forefront of my newly single lifestyle. I've been going in and out of dark places, thinking of you, but suddenly believing that I don't need your forgiveness has opened the floodgates of my self-acceptance. I did what I wanted to do. Don't forgive me for it. I looked out the windows at the garden we sat in when the trees were blossomed and white. That time you couldn't be yourself for me anymore. Shamed by the corner of your eyes and the distance you were wishing between us. The words you should have said, you could have said, they wander still between the frosted rows of trees. You abandoned them there to belong to no one. That garden is dead now. Today is my last day in Chicago. I have a storage unit to clean out, and then I'm off again to the suburbs of Detroit. I came here to realize something, and I have. I'm sorry I had to take that power from you. I always wanted to be powerless to you, but now I will drive away from State Street with a grin on my face, able to declare I know something. The city and all it stands for will reach out to me with the shadows of its high rises, and I will remain unaffected. It's like my younger sibling who doesn't understand how I could outgrow our dwellings. As I sat along Lakeshore Drive, I crouched on the hedge of a fancy garden. Hidden by the night, I reached out across Lake Michigan and felt safe peering into its unidentifiable black. The last time I sat in front of this lake was when you were pulling my confession out of me. I imagine you desperately needing to know details because your ego was demanding beyond logic. I was like vapor rising toward the sun in your dehydrated despair. Details you didn't need to know. Details I will die having never recalled. My face, cold and stinging with tears. I hear you, breathing through the phone. We haven't spoken months, but we are in this moment, and I can feel a steaming, piping anger. I come back to this phrase over and over. I can't believe you. It rings down the empty halls, jumping out at me from around a corner that I couldn't anticipate, throwing me back off my feet. I can hear you crying. I'm glad you understand. I sense there is a chance you come out of nowhere and derail my newfound power with a single text. I'm prepared to protect my front, but there is also an equal chance that the hatred you have toward me goes beyond any power. It's almost like I can see you with a gray face and a disturbed brow hanging in the shadows of an empty room. I've begged you to join me, bundled up in my beret and scarf, my face aglow with Christmas lights. But you keep holding your hand to my face, saying, 6 people? And then I turn my face away from your dark window, notice a text from Matilda, and hurry off into the direction of my friends. XO, C.